Hi, welcome back. We're going to do operations with our polynomials today, which is going to mean that we're going to have to use our rules of exponents when we are multiplying by variables. So this first one is simple. We're just adding these two polynomials together. So really these parentheses are meaningless, so I'm just going to drop them first and foremost. I'm not really distributing. I'm just dropping my parentheses. So I have negative 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 plus x squared plus 2x plus 5. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I have negative 2x squareds here and a positive 1x squared, so that gives me negative 1x squared. And then I have negative 3x plus 2x, so that gives me negative 1x. And then I have a positive 4 and a positive 5, so that gives me positive 9. Now to write it in descending order, I look at my polynomial and I look at my first letter that comes alphabetically and I write those in descending order, which means my highest degree goes first. So this one is already in descending order, so this is negative x squared minus x plus 9. I want you to go ahead and do this one as your video question. Just be careful because here with the subtraction sign, you're actually distributing a negative 1. You're actually distributing a negative 1. So do that first and then combine your like terms and then write it in descending order. All right, here we go. I'm going to distribute. That only applies to that back polynomial. So this polynomial stays the same. And now I get minus a cubed plus 3a plus 2. And then I'm going to combine like terms. So here's my a cubes. I have two positives. Then I have one negative, so that gives me 1 positive a cubed. Then I have positive 5a and positive 3a, so that gives me positive 8a. And then let's fix this right here. You're probably wondering what I was doing there. So that should be negative. And then I have negative 7 and then negative 2, so that gives me negative 9. So in descending order, this is already in descending order. Here you would be your finished answer. Okay. All right, now notice that this one says find the product and simplify. That's because we have out in front some variables, which means that we have to use our rules of exponents when we multiply them. So I'm going to get positive 22. X times x is x squared, y plus 6x cubed, y squared minus 40xy. Now I look to see if I have any terms to combine. I don't because all of my exponent combinations are different. So this is not applicable. And then we're going to rewrite in descending order. So I'm going to go, notice that I have two variables here. So I'm going to go descending by my x's. Okay, always the alphabetical, the first one alphabetically. So I get 6x cubed y squared plus 22x squared y minus 40xy. So my x's are going down in order. Okay, this is your next video question. I want you to go ahead and do this. Just be careful because you have two different groupings here. So the 3xy will be distributed across the first polynomial, and then the 4y squared will be distributed across the second polynomial. So go ahead and do your video questions. All right, here we go. We have 12 x squared y minus 15 xy squared plus 8 x squared y squared. Notice that I always write them alphabetically, even in terms of a term. And then plus 4xy squared. Now I'm going to look for a like terms, and that is the negative 15x squared y and the positive 4x squared y. So I get 12x squared y plus 8x squared y squared minus 11x y squared. Rewrite in descending order. You can argue both ways, but I would write it as 8x squared y squared plus 12x squared y minus 11x y squared. And you're done. Right? This is our assignment for tomorrow. So thanks for listening, and I will see you then.